A new pet, Angry Jelly, will make your hero's defense targeting. I will cover all of the specifics you need to know, as well as how you should use this in your attacks. There's a bunch of buildings getting new levels with this update, including the pet house, but let's start with that. 21.5 million elixir and 16 days, discounting any of the gold pass perks, will unlock you the Angry Jelly. Obviously, I'll go over stats and mechanics once we have gone through all of the building levels. Once you upgrade the pet house to level 10, you can start leveling up the Angry Jelly from within the pet house, to which the maximum is level 10. You saw in yesterday's sneak peek that the clan castle is getting a new level. This will be 21 million elixir with 15.5 days, and as explained in sneak peek 1, it will provide a second siege machine, not increase the troop capacity. Looks very menacing at maxed level. I will go over the new troop levels in the lab, but let's stick to the defenses first. The Eagle Artillery will be getting upgraded to level 7. This provides an extra 300 hit points, 25 damage per second, and 5 shockwave damage. Being one of the key defenses, it is more on the expensive side, 22 million gold, and being a longer upgrade, it is one where you will get good value from a book of building. I've got to say, I am a big fan of the artwork at Town Hall 16, but the monolith is also getting upgraded. This is one you might want to use a hammer of building to upgrade, since it is dark elixir and you will have all of the levels of the Angry Jelly to upgrade. But if you are using your dark elixir, it is 370,000 with 16 days to upgrade. An extra 303 hit points, exactly the same jump as between level 1 and 2. The base damage per second isn't as high, only an extra 18, but the damage percentage boost does go up by 1%. Like I mentioned, I would probably use the hammer of building, but if you do have a second book of building waiting in the gold pass, it's obviously a good defense to upgrade as well, because we then have the builder huts to upgrade, which would naturally be lower on the priority list. These will give you an extra 100 hit points, 15 damage per second, and 5 extra repair every second. Naturally, you have 5 of these to do, so just let the builders upgrade themselves. You could then use your 6th builder, Bob, or I still refer to him as Otto, to upgrade the walls, because now you can upgrade all of your walls at Town Hall 16 to the maximum of level 17. Woohoo! Before this update, there was 75 of them held back from that top level. Into the laboratory, there is just a couple of troops getting upgrades, but they should have pretty big significance. The Yeti, I probably won't upgrade myself as a priority. I tend to use the Yeti blimp though, so I get these in my clan castle. It will definitely be helpful for me. 200 extra hit points, 20 extra damage per second, and 1 extra Yeti might spawned. Again, without gold pass perks, this is 21 million elixir and 15 days to upgrade. What a lot of players might want to upgrade first is the Electro Titan, because if you perform Electro Titan attacks, then you likely take multiple of them in your own army composition. Going up to level 4 brings an extra 200 hit points and 20 damage per second with 12 extra aura damage. If you were a fan of Titan Smash attacks at Town Hall 15, this might be one that you want to opt for first. For a couple of armies, I take one Electro Titan to help with the clan castle or skeletons, particularly if I'm doing a hero dive. So it's actually what I will upgrade second in this update. What I think has the biggest impact is the new Flame Flinger level. Whenever you can get good Flame Flinger value, it's arguably the best siege machine anyway, whereas now you get an extra 100 hit points, an extra 10 max damage per second from the poison, 14 extra damage per second from the actual strikes it does, and nigh on an extra 6 seconds lifetime since it does have diminishing health. Arguably, you can get this in your clan castle, especially now that you can take 2 siege machines, but I tend to use a lot of raid medals to fill my own clan castle, so a lot of the time I just cook up my own siege machines, and that's why I will opt for the Flame Flinger first. The final troop getting an upgrade is the Ice Golem. It really depends on the strategy you use. A lot of the time I only tend to take one Ice Golem, so my Dark Elixir I will probably put into the Angry Jelly first, but once I've researched the other troops, the Ice Golem does give you an extra 300 hit points, 4 damage per second. Not important for the Ice Golem, but it's the extra 0.5 seconds items in freeze duration once it's destroyed that you will be mostly doing this upgrade for. Your other upgrade, as I mentioned, is within the pet house for the Angry Jelly. Levels 1 through 10 all available at Town Hall 16, and whilst each level improves the hit points and the damage per second of this pet, the main thing that you're focusing on is the ability duration. It starts at level 1 with 25 seconds. Once you get the Angry Jelly to level 5, this increases to 30 seconds, and then it's not until you get it to level 10 that you get the maximum of 35 seconds. But why exactly is that so important? Its ability, Brainwash, is turning the hero defense targeting for that amount of time from when the hero is deployed. Naturally, I would recommend using this on the Royal Champion. Just kidding. Which hero is it best for then? To answer that, we need to take a closer look at the mechanics. When you first deploy the hero that the Angry Jelly is assigned to, that is when the ability timer starts. At max level, this is 35 seconds, and during that time, the hero is defense targeting. The Angry Jelly also cannot be targeted and does not trigger traps. Once the time expires, the Angry Jelly detaches itself from the hero, so it can start attacking non-defensive buildings again, and this is then when the Angry Jelly can be targeted and take damage, and can also trigger traps. No matter which phase it is in, the Angry Jelly will attack the same building as your hero, but when detached, if your hero starts taking damage, the Angry Jelly will attack that defense to try and protect it. One other thing that is important to note on mechanics is that the defense targeting follows the same rule as the Royal Champion, in that for the most part it will only attack defenses, but should the hero that the Angry Jelly is assigned to come under fire from a defending hero or clan castle troops, it will then fight back. It's not like a Hog Rider where it purely ignores those troops and only goes for defenses. In terms of strategy, I will go through the 3 heroes that are not defense targeting in nature, leading up to which I think is the best use case. Let's start though with the Archer Queen. When I first heard about this pet, I instantly thought of queen chargers, and whilst there might be specific bases where it's tricky to funnel your queen in, perhaps from the corner, and being a defense targeting hero, she might be able to enter the base easier, for the most part, I think this is more of a pro pet when it comes to queen chargers. She gets way too ahead of what you're expecting, and in some situations will just instantly walk into huge fire to the point where it's very tricky to keep her alive and your queen will go down. When the queen is just attacking any building like she usually does, you have time to react and shift your focus to other sections of your attack. Plus, she is actually getting healed up in those situations where she's attacking a storage and she's not just constantly in fire from the defenses. Not to mention, a queen charge is often used to set up pathing for your attack. This includes non-defensive buildings. Think about a hybrid attack. If the queen only took out the defenses, the Hog Riders would then have pathing through the base, but the miners might get caught off anyway. So it's better to have the queen take down those non-defensive buildings to set up the funnel for your attack. Queen chargers aside, I did test having the Angry Jelly on the queen during a smash attack, and I think this could be useful if you are firstly not attacking direct into the clan castle troops. If your queen gets stuck on a triple ice golem, then you've basically wasted the defense targeting nature of the pet. To do this, I would wait on deploying your queen until the troops are about to enter the base so you can maximize that time targeting defenses. The other benefit is once the Angry Jelly detaches from the queen, it is an air-based pet, so can turn into a Coco Loon, absorbing seeking air mines to protect your healers. However, I don't think it's groundbreaking. It's not like the Spirit Fox on the Royal Champion. From my testing, I found very similar results by just having the Unicorn on the Queen. Let's move on to the Warden though, because I think this is a much better use case, particularly when it comes to Warden walks, and arguably it could be used against a wider range of bases, but I think the strategies for the King are stronger. For players that typically use a Warden walk though, you can combine this with the Rage Vial and even a Rage spell to make sure you're getting down as many defenses as possible within the 35 seconds that the Angry Jelly is making the Warden target those defenses. It means that you're much less likely to time fail during your attack, but you do have to assure that you get the timing right where you can pull the Warden to safety just as he turns away from being defense targeting. And you do have to make sure the Angry Jelly has detached, because the Warden will not follow troops if he is in defense targeting mode. I did have situations where the Warden started attacking a storage behind him, but due to his position was in range of expos. So you just have to get the timing right so that you don't lose the Eternal Tome ability. Assure that you get the Warden off to safety. But one thing to consider is that you do have to assure some of the non-defensive buildings get taken out that the Warden ignores, so that your troops do move in the right direction. Because the first time I tried this, I quickly found my Super Witches walking in the wrong direction when typically the Warden would have set up that funnel for me. If you are a user of the Fireball equipment, this could also be fantastic for you, because the Fireball has unlimited range to the closest defense, but if you can rip through a bunch of the defenses fast by using the Angry Jelly on the Warden, you might be able to target some of the more core defenses with the Fireball. This ultimately also helps you in not time failing, and I think that's a big benefit of the Angry Jelly when used in conjunction with the Warden. Lastly, onto the Barbarian King, and before I reveal what I think is the best use case for this pet, I did find that I could use the Angry Jelly with the King merged in with Root Riders, and in some situations it seemed to be good. The Barbarian King could take down defenses fast alongside the Root Riders and help them to get down high damage areas quickly, because typically you have a couple of wizards behind clearing up the non-defensive buildings anyway. However, much like when used on the Queen in conjunction with smash attacks, I found similar results when I just used the Phoenix on the King anyway. You have to factor in which pet you're losing out on in order to gain that defense targeting benefit. Where the best use case of the Angry Jelly comes in though is for hero dives. If you are going to solo the King into a particular compartment, he can get the defenses down ASAP. He will attack the defending hero if there's one there, and you can always just send in a couple of wizards alongside the King if needed. But often we do send the siege barracks alongside the King. You get 2 P.E.K.K.A. inside that now, so it can be very helpful in flushing out an area of the base very fast. Think about this though as well. Those teaser style bases or box bases where the town hall is somewhat exposed, but there's a bunch of storages in the way. Now we can use the Barbarian King to just ignore the storages, couple that with some spells, and he can take down the town hall so that you don't even have to worry about the poison. While situational, if you can practice and set up an attack with an overpowered method like this, it increases the chances of you 3-starring massively. If you have found this one helpful, remember you can support the channel with code JUDO before purchases, and if you missed Sneak Peek 1, I have that on your screen alongside a YouTube recommended video. Enjoy the rest of your day.